This video is about engine 1, and as you can see there, we are just kicking off engine number 1, and as you can see in the terminal it says that look round command sent to the arm. And what that's doing is that is spinning the wrist, so that's at the grey and orange joint on the robot that you can see, and there you see the LiDAR just coming into view there on the left hand side on the gazebo robot. And in the right hand side in the RViz window you can see how the LiDAR is putting lines around the screen as it's actually imaging the world. So the main purpose of this action is to actually see can the robot put the arm into a vertical position from where it is now. So what we'll do is we'll fast forward a little bit on this video and just slow it down periodically as we go through the different stages. So here we see the arm just moving to the home position, which is the second move that the robot does. Because it assumes that it's in line with the body of the robot, it figures that that's got to be a reasonably safe location that it can be in. And the next thing it does is spin the wrist, and then it also looks around from the joint 5 position. So that's between the grey and the yellow joint. It'll look right, it'll look left, and it'll look up the way. As you can see on the command line there, you keep on getting reports of check position and success on joint 6 at look round min value, at look round max value, and that's the GUI controller just doing some checks and reporting back some ROS info just so that you can debug the process if something isn't quite working as expected, or also see what's going on with the arm as things are happening. So here we see the start of the wrist joint movements, so it looks up the way, and that's actually going to be taking a more detailed look with the depth camera. So as you can see with these sideways movements of the wrist, we actually start to image the world with a depth camera a lot more effectively. So that gives us a much clearer view. Now the depth camera obviously has far more data points than the LiDAR. And it's reasonably clear from looking at the RViz screen that you don't have a good view behind the robot yet. So this next stage, this is taking the arm all the way up to the highest position it can have. It's still in line with the body on the assumption that the body is free space, and it's already looked upwards so it knows it should be moving into clear space. It's spinning the wrist there to use the LiDAR to image the world from a better vantage point. So engine 1 is operating just through pre-named positions. So it's currently in the vertical position. Once it gets to the pre-named positions, it actually spins the joint to a maximum and to a minimum, and it moves joints to a predefined set of angles. And that's different from engine number 2 and engine 3, where they're going to specific positions in space rather than just joint angles. As you can see, as it moves backwards and forwards there, you are starting to get a better image of the world from the depth camera behind the robot. Now we have the wrist flat. As we spin it round, we'll also image the world again. So we've made good use of the depth camera and also good use of the LiDAR. And you can see that we've made a reasonably good image of the world. However, you can see underneath the robot we don't have very much from the depth cameras, and our imagery has mainly come from the LiDAR. And this is the last action of the robot, where the robot just moves back to the home position. And once it gets there, that marks the end of engine number 1.